AC, Tony, pretty entertaining way to end the season, but you're probably hoping that we would hang on at the end there.
Yeah, I think on the balance of play, we've probably done enough to win the game. We had a couple of goals disallowed for offside, which I think were both tight. We played really well today, I thought, and created a lot of chances, and unfortunately we just didn't take those chances again. Not quite as frustrating as Tunbridge Wells in the week, but overall positive performance, and yeah, just unfortunate the way we conceded the second goal, which was a bit sloppy on our part to end up with a draw. But overall I thought we played well, and yeah, we probably could have done enough to get 3 points.
In a game that is, for all intents and purposes, sort of a dead rubber, were you happy with the intensity that you saw out there today?
Yeah, I thought it was. It didn't feel like that, to be honest with you. Some of the games we've had recently have felt like that, and they're really hard to sort of like keep that level of motivation for it. But today did feel like a proper game. Obviously, 3 points at stake, and we wanted to try and end the season on a high. So I thought we applied ourselves well in the game, and I thought I genuinely thought we looked a better side, to be honest with you. So no issues with that at all.
I've counted over the last 2 games that Wale's had the ball in the net 4 times and scored just 1 goal. Happy for him to get on the score sheet though?
Yeah, I mean he could have had how many times all season really?
It's not over 2 games yet. I mean, Wale really, honestly, people might laugh at this, but you know, with our position, but he could have got 30 plus this year with the chances he's had, and I'm not talking half chances, we're talking great chances, and he gets himself in there time and time again, but unfortunately for Wale, he just doesn't manage to convert, and that's probably why he's playing at this level, because and for us, because he's got everything. He's quick, he's strong, he wins balls in the air, and he gets in the right areas. It's the issue, the problem is sticking it in the back of the net, and that's, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters. But look, listen, he's our top goal scorer this year, and when he doesn't play, we've really missed him, and he's been a good lad. And I can't really knock him on it. Also got 17 goals, I think, which is not a bad return, but genuinely he should have got double that.
Ronnie's goal was a good one, wasn't it? The direct free kick.
Yeah, I think it was a good strike. He's hit the target. I think it may have taken a slight deflection, but obviously if you don't hit the target, you ain't gonna have a chance of scoring. So yeah, nice to see that one nestled in the corner, to be honest with you. But I think he got the free kick at Welling, didn't he? Which was more of a cross-come shot, but the way that it was lined up and the angle he was at, I thought it looked like a left foot all day long. So fair play to him for stepping up and putting that one in the back of the net.
So now we would normally look ahead to our next game, but obviously it's now the end of the season. You guys happy for a bit of a break?
Well, I mean, Andy's taken the brunt of it just lately, and it's difficult, especially when we realised that we were safe, and we really, in essence, had really nothing to play for apart from pride, really, and the badge in each game. And you know, so he's done a great job keeping the boys motivated, getting a full squad to games, and keeping it going, and also respecting the integrity of the league and the competition. You know, we haven't won every game, but we've tried to win every game, and that's all you can do.
What are your overall thoughts on the season? Have we hit some targets this season?
Oh yeah, we have. We set some targets at the start of the year to basically stay in some cup competitions into the new year, which we've done, and we've done that well, I'd say, with the Vars run. Obviously breaking the club record for the longest run that we've had in that competition is a big achievement for us, and something we should all be proud of, to be honest with you. And yeah, the reality of the league position is probably met our target, but given the way that the season played out, I think it's probably not met the target, as in we should have converted some of the results we've had into more points and actually been a lot more comfortable and pushing the top half of the table rather than being the bottom half of the middle group of sides. Relegation at one point looked like it could be a possibility, but to be fair, we got a couple of results around that, and then it's never really been an issue. So I think we met the targets we set. You're always going to want a little bit more as a club, and as people that have come into the club. We want to try and progress the club on and off the pitch, and I think overall we could probably say that we've achieved that this season, given the improvement from last year, and now it's a case of how far can we push it again going into next season. You've got to continue to set targets that are higher than what you achieved the previous year, right?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of league position, I think we've achieved our objective, but probably at the bottom end of it. In terms of the league position, and when we look back, and we've gone through it several times, when we look at the really ridiculous points we've dropped, we should be at least 4 or 5 places higher than our current league position. But that, in a way, that bodes well for next year, because we know that we're capable of doing it. We just need to work on how we actually get there, and we think we know how we're going to do that. In terms of the cup, we've actually overachieved, really. It would have been lovely to get to a cup final, but there were some good teams in our league this year, and it was always going to be tough. And getting to the quarter final of the not the quarter final, sorry, I'm talking about the last 32 of the FA Vars, that definitely exceeded expectations. Quarter final of the League Cup was probably where we wanted to be, and that one will be a bit frustrating, but overall I think it's been successful for us, and it's given us also, I think, certainly our league position, it's given us a fair bit of scope to improve next year, and that is the aim, is to improve on our league position, not 1 or 2 places, but significantly for next season.
You've had a very young squad this season. At times we've averaged about 21 on the playing squad in terms of age. Do you feel like they will have improved from having played this season?
You can answer.
Yeah, no, I think that it'd go a long way to stand them in good stead to get the experience of this level of football. It is so different to coming out of academy football because of the physicality of it. It isn't as technical, I'd say, as what some of these younger players are used to. So yeah, I think it will stand them in good stead. But it's, if I'm being honest, I think that's probably where we've fallen down a little bit short in some results as well, where we've lacked that experience to see out games and play a certain way to get results. But certainly I think players like obviously Tony Musoki, Sam Bayford before he got injured, Donny, Ao, they all would have learnt so much by having a season with us, and I think that will just overall make them better players, because if you can cope with the physicality of this league, technically they're all very, very good players, and you've just got to merge the two together and then end up hopefully a better player.
I think also we have to take into account we lost our captain AJ quite some time ago, and AJ is one of them. He don't really stand out, but he's a steady Eddie, and he's one of them players that you miss him when he's not there, and we have missed him. Toller and Wale, I mean, I'll praise them in lots of ways, but also they've killed us on lots of occasions this year through ill discipline, and also through, quite frankly, just going off on holiday like they've just done for 2 weeks, you know. And we miss, well, we are a young team. When you take the experience out of that team, it makes a big difference. And I think next season what we have to do is we're still going to have a young team next season, because that's where we are as a club. You know, we can't just go out and go and buy go and bring into the squad, you know, in a load of experienced players, because it costs money, which we just don't have. But I think next season what we have to do is we have to maybe really try and pinpoint 3 or 4 players that are going to be able to come in, going to really fill the gaps that we feel that have been missing for this season, and really help the young players through next year. And I just feel like, me personally, especially when I took a step back and looked at it off the field, is there were times when it was crying out for some leadership and some older, more experienced heads, and they, so yeah, what I was saying before we were rudely interrupted, Nick, was that next year we have to go out and try and sign players that run through the spine of our team, that can really provide that guidance and leadership and that kind of that know-how when we're in certain games, and help the youngsters sort of manage the games, which I just think at times we've been lacking. And to be honest with you, today was one of them. You know, they equalised again with only a couple of minutes to play, and we just needed to manage the game.
Bit game management, isn't it?
And see the game out. But you can't put old heads on young shoulders, and they have to play and experience it. And I certainly agree with Andy. I think for the likes of Tony Musoki, you know, Sam Bayford, Donny, and some of them boys, they will have learned an awful lot out of this season. And I think next year I mean, I think we're excited for it. We're looking forward to it. We know exactly what we need to do. We just need to now go out and do it, and that's our job, to make sure that happens.
I think if I can just add to that, I think if you look at how we've competed against some of the better sides in this division this season, we have done that, and we've beaten teams like Glebe and lived away and gone to hard places and got results. So there's something there. It's just that consistency, which I think comes with experience, which, as Tony just touched on, if we can add that experience through the spine, I don't think we'll be far away from being where we want to be, to be honest. So that's certainly a more positive way to look at it for next season, I think.
Brilliant. We look forward to it. Cheers for your time, guys, and enjoy the break.
Hold on a minute. Weren't you going to ask us what we're doing in the summer?
Oh well. What are you doing in the summer?
Nothing.
I'm having a break from football, so recharge the batteries and then get ready to go again next year.
Brilliant stuff. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, and thanks very much, Nick, for all your help this year with doing these interviews, and thanks to anybody that's taken the time to actually listen to them and see them. We appreciate that, and just want to wish everybody enjoy the close season, and we look forward for this madness to start again, as it does at the end of July for an FA Cup fixture, no doubt.
Brilliant. Are we done this time?
Yeah, we're done. Cheers, Nick.